Welcome, welcome, brothers and sisters. If you like the truth, you like what you hear, subscribe.
Producing a new bill to codify Trump's executive order for a U.S. Bitcoin reserve. Congressman Davidson joins me now. Congressman, a series of questions here. Number one, what is a Bitcoin reserve? What does it do? And how do you build it?
Well, first of all, the president created a strategic reserve of Bitcoin in part because the United States government didn't have like a single custodian. You had every agency in the government that might have had an asset, seized an asset, or anything else, any kind of digital asset. They didn't have custody of it, so they were losing track of the private keys. So essentially, when you lose your keys, it's like losing a pile of cash. Yeah. So they created an organized way and put it under Treasury to say, hey, we're going to have a single custodian for all of the Bitcoin, kind of like Fort Knox for crypto, right? And then they said, well, not all crypto is created equally. Bitcoin we want to hold on to. It's an appreciating asset over a long period of time. Some of these other things we should just sell them off and buy more Bitcoin. But they wanted to do it in a deficit neutral way. And I think a lot of people are like, well, how else do you put money in there? And so we're introducing legislation that not only codifies that executive order, so there's a common sense way to have custody for the Bitcoin and other digital assets, but you can contribute. So when you pay your taxes, you can pay your taxes in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is currency in that sense, and there's no capital gains. So for people that have held Bitcoin for a long time, they've experienced significant capital gains. When I first took office in 2016, Bitcoin was $500 or $600. Now, over 90,000. It's reached higher, but significant capital gains. So if people simply contribute,
So if I want to pay my taxes, I want to pay with Bitcoin. I pay with Bitcoin, and there's no capital gains tax because clearly I made a profit on Bitcoin, very probably. But there's no capital gains taxes if I'm paying my taxes that way. That's it. You've exempted it, right?
That's right. And people say, well, why would you do that? Well, one, it's a way to, in a deficit neutral way, load up Bitcoin. You say, well, but you forego the capital gains. Yeah, but it's also been an appreciating asset. So if 1% of the country had been paying their taxes in Bitcoin, you would have had a $12 trillion of gain over the last 10 years. Now, as they always say in the financial world, past performance does not guarantee future returns. But if you look at it, the supply in the long run is.
I mean, could we ask for the government, legislators, to be any more positive in crypto? Yet it's crashing. Bitcoin will be fine. But, I mean, it's just unreal. Listen to this guy. And he wants to codify.
And the demand is big, not just in the United States, but globally. So there are a lot of other ancillary benefits here. And frankly, even if you don't own Bitcoin and you're frustrated with how the government's spending their money, and you don't want to waste it on things, you could simply contribute in Bitcoin. You could take your cash, buy Bitcoin, and send that to the government. And the government would hold the Bitcoin instead of spending it on something that you find objectionable.
Have you got bipartisan any support from the other side of the aisle?
No, we're just now dropping the bill today, and we're going to start working to build support for it. So thanks for highlighting it today.
So, will the Democrats, support this? Of course not. Yet, as we speak, $87,000 going to $86,000 Bitcoin. That's going to be a hell of a buy long term. Could you imagine if the government can do something like this, which I don't think it's going to be able to? I would love Trump to push us through buying billions and billions of dollars worth. I would love for them to use taxpayer dollars. I would love for them to use taxpayer dollars to buy Bitcoin. I'd be all for it. Why? Well, we're all going to reap the benefits in crypto, and so would the government. It's just mind-blowing. Will it still be volatile? Yeah, but guess what? Guess who will buy the dip? The freaking government. Yet Ethereum's at $2,800. I mean, we are going to see 86, possibly 85. Unbelievable. XRP teetering on under $2. So nothing has changed. It's still ugly. Equity's doing well. The job market, everything's looking great. So why are they selling off? Because they're getting off of